world's a better place because you were here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I am the host of the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check us out on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. Check us out on all social media. Thank you to Magic Mind for sponsoring us as always. MagicMind.com/PCMB. Discount code PCMB20. Let's just get to it. On this Halloween night, early Halloween morning, whatever. On Halloween 2024, I come to you at 29 years old, and I am heartbroken to see what took place tonight with my favorite baseball team. My favorite baseball team since I was 5 years old, and I just saw them in the World Series. And there's so many emotions going through my head, and we'll have a proper analysis on this. We'll go for it probably next week. Let a few days to cool off, and then break down what happened, what the hell happened. And yeah, we can use all the X's and O's and all the analysis for then, but tonight, but on October 30th, 2024, I just saw the Los Angeles Dodgers win their 8th World Series and defeat the New York Yankees in the 2024 World Series, 4-1, and they win Game 5, 7-6. And Game 5 will be one of the worst nights in Yankee history. And I'm not over exaggerating that, because you saw what took place and how the season ended, and in just pure disgust, absolutely pure disgust. And the fifth inning of Game 5 will go down as the fifth inning from hell, whatever they'll call it. They'll call it the inning from hell, the worst inning in the Yankees history, all that shit. And I'm 29. I have been lucky enough to start watching the Yankees, saw the very end of the dynasty. That's when I was conscious about the Yankees, the end of the dynasty in the late 90s, early 2000s. I was 8 years old in my first Yankee game. I was 8 years old when I saw my first World Series. They played Florida, and I saw them win a World Series. I saw them lose a World Series. Not really knowing the ins and outs of baseball, just loving baseball. I saw them lose a World Series at the old Yankee Stadium. I saw them lose so many tough post. I saw so many tough postseason losses. I remember '04 very, very vividly. The only time I ever not only the first time I skipped school was to not go to school after Game 7 of the 2004 ALCS. But yeah, I saw lots of terrible Yankees losses and stuff, and this one really stings. And even if I knew deep down this was going to go to the wire and maybe the Dodgers had an edge, I did think it would go deep. I said Yankees in 7. I'm not necessarily surprised that the Dodgers are World Series champions. They were the better team the whole way through. Won 98 games. And they were stellar, and even when people got hurt, people stepped up, while this Yankee team was a roller coaster. And after a hot start, they were a 500 team going into it. Played a weak American League Central Division team, and yeah, they didn't have a great World Series. And just seeing how it ended this way, up 5-0, 5-0. And then you had the mishaps, the miscues, the mistakes that will live in infamy, and it will take another World Series to get over it. But you have one of my favorite people. I hope we meet one day. But seeing the captain Aaron Judge drop that ball in center field, seeing Anthony Volpe's mishap with Jazz Chisholm after he owned the town the night before, and seeing failed to cover first base, getting Mookie to ground out to first to Rizzo, and ultimately made one of the worst plays in New York Yankees history. Where we have this, and I'm not going to share the screen, I'll just show you old school way. We have this image that will live in infamy forever. Forever. Does it? He expects Cole to beat out the speedy Mookie Betts. But yeah, he's close enough to just take it himself. And that just started the hell. Just started the hell. And he had the balk and catcher's interference, and then just so much shit. But yeah, uh Rizzo not covering first. Cole not covering first, or Rizzo going in to get the out, and then 5 earned runs, and it's over. Showed a little fight at the end, but like I said, that balk and catches interference from Wells, and I was thinking of getting my mustache back, but it might not be appropriate. And yeah, they celebrated on your field, and of course, everybody texting me, and I don't mind that. I learned to appreciate. I'm glad somebody thinks of my opinion enough and cares about what I think, whether good or bad, or just a troll. So at least that attention's a good thing in that sense. I'm glad somebody cares how I feel in this, even if it's just downright sadness and embarrassment. But yeah, 7-6. I happen to watch this with my old man. Appreciate the love he showed there. That was sweet. But yeah, man. My emotion is mostly about just what I said before. So that, and just seeing this team lose the way they did, it'll be an ugly, ugly taste in my mouth. And the millions of Yankee fans out there forever. Oh, I will be spending all night to hear the analysis. I'll be spending all night here. I watched the game. I saw the ceremony and everything. And just the nervousness that Soto might be gone. There's a chance he might be gone. All I can hope is his true heart of hearts, even if he's not going to be paid the most, because we know Hal doesn't care about winning the championship, because he's happy he got there. Sure, we give him credit for getting, or putting the right people to get us there, but it took 15 damn years. And sometimes it feels like, and then we scratched and clawed our way in this World Series. But Hal's not going to be like his father and have a bad taste in his mouth and go get the best free agents on the market, or give Soto whatever the hell he wants, or finally get a first baseman that we clearly need now, or more starting pitching help. He's not going to do that. It doesn't seem like to do that. Maybe people will, maybe this town or Twitter will bully him enough to make the decisions to get back to the spot again. But just to feel so deflated, and what a difference a week makes. That's what stinks the most out of all of this, is this the fact that this team lost in such a pounding, horrendous, embarrassing way. Is oddly, I really think it's overtakes '04, and I remember '04 very strongly. Fourth grade, Miss Fitzgerald's class, and the cockiness and all of that. And even when they lost, and how bummed I was there. Shit, I'm not 20 years later, and I'm saw the Yankees lose the World Series on this Halloween night before Halloween, mischief night almost. I guess the game ended what, 11:45. So who would have thought on your 29th Halloween you're talking about a Yankees losing the World Series in the way they did? I do think, and I was expecting that if they're going to lose this World Series, that we'd have our head held high. You appreciate the fight that they give, and you appreciate that this team at least gave it their all against the Dodgers, but they fucking didn't. They fucking didn't. The Yankees let down a lot of people tonight. And it's time to be held accountable, even for my favorite baseball players out there. I mean, outright disgusting how this is happening. And it's going to be an extreme, very, very, very long winter until they could try to redeem themselves again. I'm going to try my best to make sure I'm at opening day. And I'm not going to boo them. We'll get over it by then. But you gotta just shake this shit off, and especially in this thing called life. That's one thing I'll say there. But I'll say one thing that my very, very close friend and great friend Gabe said to me tonight as we talked about it. What's the most frustrate what's my great friend Gabe Mills said. What's most frustrating is I feel we was robbed of seeing them play their best and giving us the series it should have been. Each game there was some blunder or lack of chemistry or something. I hope they run it back next year and play smarter baseball. The series was there for them to win, and they lost it. And I mean, Gabe, as always, you said exactly everything perfectly. And why it's just tonight has such a bad taste in your mouth because it just never felt like they had what they had to win. And I had an uneasy feeling for a good amount of this World Series, especially once the Freddie Freeman Grand Slam with Rain and Sam and the big cabin in the woods house in Glastonbury. Never felt okay after that. Little moments, the Volpe Grand Slam definitely was a distraction, and that all lasted about 12 hours. And then definitely the hot start of the game, the Judge home run to begin it, and the Chisholm home run back to back and belly to belly, and Stanton going deep to make it 5-0, and then Judge dropping the ball. Man's got to win a World Series, or they will never ever forgive him for this. Man, I haven't seen it. And I remember 2009 very clearly too. And I had a really good feeling the whole way through that that team was going to win the World Series, and they did. And what I'm not gonna say. I mean, sometimes I guess you do have that feeling. Maybe you have these type of feelings when you meet, you know, a close friend for the first time, and you're in the right job that you know you'll be in for a long time. When you finally meet that special, in my case, women, if that special girl in your life, or whoever, whatever your orientation is, and you know type of feeling, and even the ones we went our separate ways, you still had that feeling, or this other that's feeling with being with your close friends and stuff like that, and all this stuff, right? It's just this Yankee loss. It's just you never had that feeling during this World Series, and this Yankee loss is as it worse. And we'll spend November, December, January, February. You got 4.5 months till pitchers and catchers again. And definitely this team should look a lot different, especially for maybe we truly unpack what they really are when they finally played that legit team. And the thing you keep saying again and again and again, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And that's what the Dodgers have been and are, and now they are the champions again. Second time in 5 years. So, um, Yankees aren't there yet. What can I say? They're second. If you ain't your first, you're last. So you got to be like Jordan when he lost to Orlando, and the next day he says his train. All right, training starts today. Shit, I'll apply that in my life. I didn't get to go to a playoff game this year. I didn't. I had to work. I worked. I watched. I didn't miss a pitch, but I worked through all these games. Of course, doing the pod was the best part of this, but now I have a year that I hope in next October. And October 2024 was one of the most important months of my life because I just did nothing but grinding. This is the 33rd podcast in the month of October alone, and we're here on October 31st. So 33 shows in the month of October. and we'll record tonight to make it 34 for the tweet cap that'll be released on Friday. And I had a blast. I had a blast covering this. But now I want to make my life better, where I can just focus on the games and not working behind a truck or trying to deal with customers and stuff. That's one thing I can do for me. As for the Yankees, they start back in the cage and throwing. Once again, I mean, I hope the facilities are okay in Tampa, but just don't forget this feeling. I certainly hope Soto's there most of all. That's priority number one. And he's a Yankee for the rest of his career. But everybody else fell up short, and especially the professional athletes. I'm sure the special ones will look at this, not forget this ugly feeling, and just keep grinding for a year from now so that you're the one holding that World Series trophy up in the air. But what can I say? It was a fun ride. I enjoyed it. I love the Yankees so much and forever will. The Yankees in my 20s have been something else. And next time the Yankees are playing baseball again, I'll be 30 years old. Total in my 20s, one World Series appearance and 0 wins. But let's see how my 30s go with this team. And we'll continue to grind now. Our busy schedule. We'll get some space. And now I'll just focus on the NBA and the NFL and college football and the NBA. College basketball will be here soon. And we got postseason and Yankees hot stove. Sorry, not postseason. Shoot, the off season and Yankee hot stove. But deals likely won't be made till after the new year. And then again, pitchers and catchers in February. Once the Super Bowl ends, one of my favorite traditions after the last play of the Super Bowl is baseball saying, "All right, pitchers and catchers time." But this time, Yankees have to go with a mission for a lifetime to finally get 28. Um, but 2024, how will I remember it? Getting back to the stadium after 2023 was one of the worst years of my life. Being back there, seeing them in Seattle with close friends and family. I remember that. I remember the fun time seeing Soto. I'll remember Judge going ham again. I'll remember being at Billy's and Stands a couple of times this summer, and obviously this postseason run that I've covered extensively with the podcast, and I will have these forever. And I train myself knowing that I am ready to go to the next level in this media game, in this podcasting and radio game. That I'm ready to continue to grow some more. I'll continue to improve my analysis skills, my communication, my speech, my therapy. But bottom line, though, the passion, your perseverance, that'll never change. And that willing to grind to be the best, to grow this brand, to make it a business, to have the people around me become successes. And tonight is just another night that proves that this is where you belong. Now the Yankees have expectations. Even if this is the worst loss in fucking 20 years, it's the worst loss I've ever seen in my life. Single-handedly worst game loss. What Gary my Francis has said with Barstool tonight. The sun will come out tomorrow, which is true. And we are going to be okay. And these ugly feelings we have, they will pass. John Sterling and Susan Waldman, too. I have nothing but a blast listening to you guys every year this summer. And though I'm sorry you guys had to, your last game together was probably one of the worst in Yankees history. Don't me laugh, but ultimately, you know how much you mean to this team and fan base. So, hats off to you, Sterling. And we'll see you soon. And yeah, I love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for following the postseason with me. And now we will switch gears and get ready for another tweet cap later. Tonight we will record that. release that on Friday. As I said, we are now going into deeper into college football and the NFL. Basketball started. College football begins soon. Things turning up in MMA and WWE as well. And let's just enjoy the fall too in roses before it gets freezing. There's some foliage still out there to enjoy. And yeah, tonight I might be a heartbroken Yankee fan, but I know that passion for this team is never, ever going away because I still am this guy here at this old stadium. Only this time I'm making content to talk about our favorite team together, our favorite team. And it's still there. There's still that love. And soon enough, and soon again, we'll see the Yankees win a World Series again. We will be celebrating. We'll have the money to celebrate. We'll be bouncing around. We'll be getting back in touch with people like we did in this postseason. And that's probably one of the things I love too. Most importantly, the Yankees are still the best team. They might not be the best team in 2024, where they give the best feelings in the world, and they are the best damn baseball team in the entire world in life. And we will one day, very, very soon, be celebrating a World Series victory. We'll be back in the Canyon of Heroes. And I'm just going to share this again. We'll be back in the Canyon of Heroes, and we'll be celebrating all day and all night long. God, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait to be in a parade like this again. Hopefully, both my brothers will be joining us, and we'll reenact this photo, as well as some new friends we've made along the way. And yeah, this was quite the night. I'm never gonna forget it. I'm definitely gonna learn from it. So for the Yankees, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. No doubt the better team. People locked in their Hall of Fame candidacies in Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Dave Roberts as a manager. Guys are going to Hall of Fame. Congratulations on that. We'll see what Ohtani does in the future. Future's bright, but he is a World Series champion now. And they're going to be a tough team to beat next year, especially when they're getting all their big pitchers back. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So Yankees better start getting ready for what they're going to offer now. So October 2025, 330 days from now. Let's hope we start another run with this team. And only this time, we hold that World Series trophy up for everybody to see. And I can't wait for that day. I love the Yankees, and I love you. See you soon.